Manual routing table entries are entries identified by the network administrator. They remain in the routing table and do not change until manually modified. You can create a static route, which is a predefined route to a network or a default route. The default route is used if no known route to the network exists. Use the iproute command in global configuration mode to configure static routes. Remember that IP routing must be enabled before the router can use either static or dynamic routes. First, type the iproute command, followed by the destination network address. You must also specify the subnet mask. Next, specify the IP address of the next hop router or the interface used to reach the next hop router. If we want to, we can also assign a distance value to this route. The lower the number, the better the route. In this case, we'll assign a distance of 25. The router always chooses a shorter route over longer routes. You can set multiple static routes, so I'll create another one. This time I'll set the interface instead of the next hop router address. We'll also make this route permanent, so it will remain even if the interface goes down. Now we can display the running configuration file to see the static route entries. The configuration file lists the static routes in the order we created them. Along with configuring static routes, we can also configure a default route. If the router does not know the route to a network, it sends the packet to the default route. The default route provides a standard direction for packets with unfamiliar network numbers. To configure a default route, we need to be in global configuration mode. Use the IP default network command to specify the network or subnet number of the default route. Now, when the router receives a packet for which it doesn't know the address, it sends the packet onto the router on the default network. To review, use the iproute command to configure static routes to specific networks. Use the IP default network command to specify a default route that will receive packets with unfamiliar addresses.